Hey recruiters, just want to show you a little glimpse of what is inside of our Easy Hiring Snapshot. Again, this is fully customizable, whether you are a recruiter and your customer does the onboarding, you just do the first interview and you send them qualified applicants. I'm going to show you a little bit about that. Or if you just want to take this in-house for your company, or if you want to offer this as like a done for you full service recruiting where you do the onboarding docs, you do the background screenings, we could really systematize it. We typically offer done for you recruiting at $750 a month, and we can get them up to 15 new hires. It only takes about 4 hours of our team's time, and we have virtual assistants. So we've typically automated a lot of this stuff. We have group interviews, and we can do it in bulk, and we could offer it at a cheaper price because we have virtual assistants for around $4 an hour. So as long as you have the strategy tied into the automation, what we're doing, you have those questions that work, it makes it a lot easier to just put that down, say, hey, this is the interview guide, and then your team's going to be able to follow it. It's really streamlined, automated, so you can handle multiple companies all within one Go High Level account. And what I'm looking at right now is actually an option that you could have for your customers to have a client portal. So I'm logged in essentially as a customer right now. And let's say I'm the customer, but I do all these second interviews. So my recruiter does all the first interviews, and then all the second interviews get invited on my calendar. So this is what it looks like. I can log in. This is going to be a total my client portal. Again, this is just like a template. You could totally customize this. You could have like 12 videos. You could put whatever you want on it essentially. And they would have this as their dashboard. They can communicate with all of their second interviews. So anybody who's been scheduled on their second interview calendar, they can communicate with them. They could see their interviews right here. And let's see where this is like our demo one. Cool. We have our interview right here. They could see their interviews on the calendar, and they can go ahead and dive in towards the contact. Now they're only going to be able to see assigned data. So we'd walk you through, of course, setting all of this up, but they only get to see assigned data. So this contact is assigned to them. So they can't see all of our other applicants. They can't see, but they can have the option to come in here, or you can give them the option to come in here and see any tasks, see any notes. They could have their second interview guide. Again, as I'm doing some testing, so they don't typically have a whole bunch of stuff over here. Their second interview guide is right here. All they have to do, it will pre-populate their email. They just have to put any notes here and then click offer job. And then essentially you could change the verbiage to any of this, like move forward with this candidate, reject. You could change the verbiage here. We show you how, and it will essentially start that next step for them. So it could tell the candidate, hey, we want to offer you the job, or hey, there was a match between you and the client. I'm so excited. And then it could just kind of end there and let the customer take over. So, or you could do all of the onboarding and you can let the customers click offer job, and then you could do the onboarding docs and background screening and stuff on your side. So there's flexibility on how you want to do it. You can have it different for every single customer, every single role. And it's all within one sub account, and it's nothing too crazy as far as like getting set up because it's majority done for you. If you do the client portal option, they can see the prior history and stuff. So just keep that in mind, but it gives them an option to be able to see the application, call the applicant, and just kind of, again, all the customer's option, all they have to do for the customer is they just have to submit this form. And then after that, they're done. But essentially, this is an option. It's a client portal. And again, we'll show you how to set that up. Now, if you don't want to give them a client portal, that's totally fine. We'll teach you or just show you. It's just publishing one workflow. It takes like 5 seconds. And it will just send them an email and a text message after the interview, and I'll just say click a button, and they don't have to log in at all. So there's a few different options on how you want to set it up for the customer, but essentially all this other stuff is pretty automated. So let me jump back into my account real quick. All right, so we're admin, so we get to see a lot more of the stuff. The customer doesn't get to see all that, which is amazing. I give you a little CSS and some stuff that sets that up. All right, so let's dive into what some of this automation is, because there is tons of automation, but I see so many errors with a lot of other snapshots and templates, and there's a lot of workflows in here. So we have some template ones in here you can clone. We actually lock these for our customers, like they don't ever get to see any of the stuff This is only private. So you're getting access to all of our workflows. Even like if a customer has like our SaaS software, they don't get access to none of this. We lock all these because we push updates to all of the automation. And I think that's one thing that sets us apart from somebody else, is that we know what to lock when we're pushing updates. So we don't ever give them access to any of that stuff because we push updates on a regular basis. And if they were to update something from here, it would wipe it clean, right? So that sucks. So that's just poor automation building. So we have tons of automations, and we put it kind of in flow of how it would go typically, depending on, what it is. So this is 3A, 3D, and we continue on. All the automation is in here. And again, we'll show you how to set that up, which ones to draft as a recruiter, and getting started. It's pretty simple, but the position workflows are the most powerful. So essentially this one workflow controls all of our other like 80 workflows. So all of our other 80 workflows, you don't ever have to like go into those like workflows and edit stuff. It's all controlled from this one specific workflow. So you have one customer or one role that you're hiring for. Essentially, it takes one of these slots. So we have 10 pre-made slots that are ready to go and connected every single place. And you could switch these out. So you could essentially, this one could be company one, role one, whatever it is. And then as soon as you staff that one, you could switch it with a different one. And you can continue to switch these. You just want to keep the numbers, right? 1 through 10. And you can have different settings for everything. You could have this one, you could have it one interview going to a job offer. This one, you could have one interview going towards towards the customer for the second interview. And then you could have it to where the customer is onboarding them. This one, you could have it to where you're doing the first interview, the customer is doing the second interview. And then if the customer said offer job or move to next step, then you could have it set up to where you do the onboarding for this specific role. And it's really only at this specific level of what everything is controlled at. Everything is dynamic and filters them in so many different ways. So it's really powerful. And everything is like the position name, like the working location, all of that stuff is really tied, and it gets updated here into this specific one. All of the emails, if you want to edit the emails, you don't have to like go into all of these specific workflows. We have all of the email templates and stuff right here where you can go ahead and update them. You can just click on one and you can change the colors to your brand if you like. Again, it's just loading right now. Load right. Let me refresh my screen. It's not loading right on my screen. Okay. Load yet. There you go. Okay. It does that in the editor to show you. Okay. So everything dynamically populates. We use a lot of custom fields, which lets us be able to control having like 500 different companies and 500 different roles essentially into one sub account without getting crazy. It makes it really nice and neat. Yeah, there is a lot in here. Each and every client would essentially get their own hiring funnel. So each role that you're hiring for, that's how the links get pre-populated everywhere into the entire account. So you don't have to go and update a bunch of links. Essentially, all the links are pre-populated. We already know the back half of the link. So all we need to know is this part. So you fill this out one time, what this is, and then all of our back halves of the links we already know what those are. So we pre-fill all the other links, and you don't have to update any of the stuff. But all these pages are already ready to go. We'll show you how to possibly do a few minor edits, but otherwise everything is ready to go, and making it really easy for you to get started, having that proven automation ready to go to get clients into the system. And I would say the most powerful thing too is being able to just jump into the system. Let me show you something to where we can come into the opportunities. Let's say I want to click on this one. Let's say I wanted to check the stats on this one. So if I wanted to check the stats inside of my pipeline, I could just put in that specific, there's like a specific pipeline name that we come up with and we show you, and we'll filter the dates. So we can go ahead and fill the dates. We could change the date range right here to where this is just only a week. Let's say it was the last 30 days. And then we can go ahead and see we had 100 people that were marked as not qualified, 43 as qualified, 26 got on an interview, 30. So you could start to see, and then these ones we don't use. So you just jump over those. And this is just an easy way of how you could check some of the stats. And it's by, the company name, the position, the working location. So if I just changed this one to where it was all working locations, or we wanted to change it to where it was a different role, there's just different names that you search for. So you're not having to go and run like 50,000 different reports. You can come into here and you could have all of your done for you clients or all of your recruits in here, and you could put in that little search term and you can get an overview of what all of the stats are without having to go check tags, do this, have different pipelines. So when it comes to knowing how to work Go High Level and how to build automations that work for years and years and that are so powerful and dynamic, I would say we got it hands down. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump into a contact. All right, so here I am in a contact right here. You can see their address under here. You can see their application data under here. You can see any of their interview responses under here. I don't have anything for this one right now. We have onboarding docs under here, so you can upload their application, their onboarding docs. If they're uploading the background screening, it'll come here. If they passed, if they failed, like their ID, social. If they have some of these, awesome. And then we have some other cool stuff that we have down there. Not only onboarding tasks, notes, of course, you could see any appointments and you could see any contracts that are in progress, like onboarding docs and stuff like that, if that's something that you're using. Within the system, again, everyone's a little bit different. As a recruiter, again, most of your customers are all going to be doing that onboarding. So it's going to be a little bit different on how you're going to use it. But we do have all of these tutorials really targeted towards telling recruiters how to necessarily set this up, how do we do it, how we recommend you do it, and then the things that you need to consider and just some different options that you'll be able to have and offer as well.